Oh, hello there. Welcome to France. I hope everybody's doing all right. All right. Welcome to Fonteny for another SROL Classic Historic Sports Car Race, Sim Race Online League. And yeah, back for something that should be exciting. Hopefully not too short, but I hope you're doing well out there. Back for the what we're calling the Grand Prix of Fonteny, I guess. And Fonteny, if you're not familiar with it, is a fictional circuit. It is also not charade. I realized I rubbed a few people the wrong way by saying this. This track was the Nordschleife of France, which I guess, yes, in real life, charade definitely owns that moniker. But for a sim, for this fictional version, it's quite similar in a lot of ways, but a crazy track. And we're about to do a race on it. Today is a 12-lap race around this circuit, which is just under 26 kilometers. So it's a crazy track to learn. I realized I did not know it quite as well as I thought I did in preparation for this, but I've been getting up to speed the last couple of weeks. And yeah, it should be interesting to see. We're in practice right now. Let me see here. We're in practice right now. We got 25 minutes of practice left, and then we have the qualifying session, which is 50 minutes. Be about 60 minutes though, because the last lap would be allowed to be done. So about an hour of qualifying and then the race. And to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of running before we actually get into things here because, yeah, the race itself is probably going to be about 2.5 hours long. And so I want to make sure I can get to the end of it. But we're sitting here in practice. Let's find our way back to the pits. Hold on. So this track's by Fat Alfie. I've never noticed this before. We got a bunch of little birds sitting on the little railing here. This is a Fat Alfie circuit. I've done a video here years ago. I raced a dirt version of this track with a 20s Grand Prix car, but this is the actual version that Fat Alfie put out, and it's a wonderful course. We'll get a little view here. We're not so far from the start area. But yeah, here's the starting straight here down at old Fonteny. So this track itself is, they're not watching the race. This track itself is actually based on real roads and a real place. So it's not totally fictional, but the roads themselves have been widened considerably over the real life ones. And the track itself was never actually a racetrack. This is definitely a work of fiction. But it's a great work of fiction and something that'll be a challenge, I think, for anybody to race on today. We got a bunch of the other cars sitting in the pits here. Let me go find my ride. Yeah, and here's my car for today. I'll be driving the Naturel, which I drove. We did Le Mans a couple years ago, Nate and I, and this was the car we drove for that. And we'll be back in it today. It is not the quickest car around here, but the car itself is not going to be the most important thing. And I have to say thanks to Nate Lupson for the livery on the car. I was out of town this week, so he was able to paint that for me. And Nate's in this race as well. We got a good group of folks in here. I'm going to go do maybe a quick install lap, and we can show off the track, and I can show you all what it's all about. Yeah, I think this one's staying on the track is going to be the first priority in this, and then getting to the end successfully will be an important one. But I hope you're having a good weekend, and I'm finally back in town. I was away the whole week, and yeah, a long week with knowing this was coming. I just got back yesterday and was able to do a little bit of practice last night, a little bit more this morning. And we'll see how it goes. Damage is on. This league races, I think, with 75% damage, so it's not quite as brutal as it could be. I will say, and this is something the original track features, is that a lot of the objects are non-collidable on the outsides of it. So you can get away with quite a bit if you run wide. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that, but that's just the way the track is, and nothing we can do about that, really. All right, let me know how that sounds, though. We'll go out and do a lap. We got 20 minutes left in practice. I'm not going to really do any practice right now. I'll save it for qualifying. But yeah, good group of cars today. I am in the top class of cars, but I think the Alpha probably has a little bit of speed on this. Maybe the Porsches probably have some speed on this car. Let's bump the wall there. Let the car go by, serving. Yeah, it's BRM V8, this car. So it's been a bit of a challenge driving this car around here because it is very understeery at high speeds, and this track is super fast. It's very different from the Nordschleife in that a large portion of this circuit is high speed. We'll come into the first S's here. It takes about 9.5 minutes to do a lap around this track, so it's quite a long lap. We also will have to do the out lap when we do qualifying, so it's going to be super important to have a clean lap because realistically you're only going to be able to do about 4, maybe 5 timed laps in the qualifying session. So, and that's if you run the whole time. It's going to be really important to get a good lap in. All right, this section's really cool. It's basically flat through that S. We got some cobblestones on parts of the track, like right here, which are definitely slicker than the normal pavement. It'll be a rolling start. All right, and it's really important to get a good run out of these coming corners here. This one specifically, it's a hidden slow right-hander, but this gets us onto a pretty fast section. The Dinos in front of me here. It's a 904, I think. I haven't raced with any traffic yet. I don't think there's going to be a lot of traffic today. I mean, it's going to be a little bit like races at the Nürburgring often are, where you're just kind of racing yourself. Come down to the yellow flower corner, as I think of it. All right, and then we get up to this part's so cool. We got this tighter right-hander here, but we want an excellent exit out of this left-hander because this heads us on to the fastest part of this course, I think, or the start of it. Come over a rise here, get some air. Come up to a hard braking. This is the first of the fast zones. There's actually a faster part coming up. Hard braking onto cobblestones here. This is Nate Lupson's fascinating corner, I think he called it. All right, now we'll rush down a hill. This part's a little scary. Keep it in third gear, just ease it through the S. Keep it in third for this left-hander, and then hard on the throttle again. So this is gonna wind our way out onto another extremely fast part of the course. Just keep it on the track there. Understeer. That would ruin my lap if it was qualifying. The high-speed understeer in this car is brutal. Nate Lupson helped me with the setup for this today. We tried to tune it out as much as we could. All right, I'm gonna get onto the back stretch. This is the one bit of brake for the whole lap here. we get a really fast left-hander to just lift just because of that understeer. Yeah, it's a 25-kilometer lap, about 9.5 minutes to get around. A little bit longer for me. But the fast guys have been doing low 9-minute 20-second laps. I'm in the 9-minute 30 seconds. It's the kind of track where lap time differences are measured in full seconds, not tenths. All right, second gear for this one. It's a tricky one. And now we'll get head on down towards the first carousel. There are 3 carousels on the course. And this long right-hander brings us to the first one, over another rise, and then hard braking for it. And then we get another really tight right-hander here. Haven't quite figured out the line through this one yet. Yeah, that wasn't good. This part's faster than you think it is, coming out of it. On a late apex there, I missed it a bit. But then we get into a little chicane. You want to hug the inside, get the throttle down for the exit underneath the Michelin bridge here. This left-hander is a little bit faster than it looks. Second gear for just a minute. Now we're going to watch for the surface change. That's where I'm going to start braking. Right about here. Down into a second gear corner, a little bit too fast. Rear end broke out on me. Now we got a tight section, which we just need another good exit from. Overcooked that there. But yeah, this right-hander need a good exit because this gets us onto yet another fast section of the course. All right, in this corner, had trouble here for some reason, just getting it slowed down. All right, and here we come up to a super deceptive right-hander. Come over the crest, and it's just winding away from you. Use a lot of lateral grip there. But that one's gonna catch a few folks out, I'm sure. All right, coming towards the end of the lap now. Not so far away. Still some tricky stuff to go. Maybe the most tricky section of the course is right at the end. That could also be because I just know it the least best at this point. But we'll come into the super scary downhill stuff. Drift a little wide there. All right, flat out through this right-hander. Then watch for the warning sign, and just past it. I haven't quite figured out when to brake. That was about as good as I've done it. Run a little bit wide, come into the second carousel. And we have a pretty technical section here as we'll wind our way towards the third and final carousel. Fast chicane at the top of the hill here. And here it is. Just a couple more corners back to the start line. All right, in the final S, second gear for me through here. Want to sacrifice the entry so we can maximize the exit. Didn't get it well. Didn't get it well there, but that's it. It's that easy. It's going to be a tough one to talk and drive during. There's just a lot to remember. And it's going to be a workout today, I think. But yeah, that's a half successful lap of it. We'll be doing 12 of those during the race. A 12-lap race sounds pretty short until the laps take about 10 minutes each. But yeah, my goals for qualifying today are to go out right at the beginning and try to get a lap. If I can get a sub 9-minute 40-second lap, I'm not going to push for my best lap ever today, as much as folks would like to see it. I think I need to try to sit out as much of the qualifying session as possible so that during the race today, I'm as fresh as I can be. Yeah, I'm running a slightly smaller wheel today. This one is just 300 millimeters. I like, because this track has so many turns in it, I quite like having the smaller wheel for it. But yeah, in real life, Clermont-Ferrand is always kind of called the French Nordschleife, and we sadly don't have a kind of modern. We sadly don't have a modern version of that course, like in modern graphics and stuff. There's some really fantastic ones that were built for Grand Prix Legends and R Factor. I think the Grand Prix Legends one was converted to R Factor years ago. But yeah, it would be amazing. Fat Alfie at one point, I thought said was working on it or had it in the plans, but it's never come to fruition. All right, let's see. We'll just sit here for a minute. Let's see what kind of lap times we've had in practice. Nate Lupson with a 9-minute 19-second lap. That's crazy. Do I know if Fat Alfie's working on anything? I don't. I don't know if he's around at all, really. But yeah, Nate Lupson's just wildly ahead of everyone else. 9-minute 19-second lap. He's driving the Alfa Romeo Tipo 33. He's not out there right now. Let's see if anybody's driving right now. Here's who is this? Johan. This is the same car I'm driving for Johan. Listen to this thing. It's a good sounding car. Vincent with the Lotus 47 doing a 9-minute 34. It's going to be really interesting today to see the difference in cars and how they sound. Here's AJ in the X1 Ford GT. Ooh, running a little wide there. Yeah, I've already got a bunch of help from Nate to get up to speed. He's just really good. He's just very, very good at this. If you've watched any of the streams I've done where we're racing his teammates and stuff, he's just that good. What else we got? Valentine is here, so I do know. Whoa. Man, it's so loud. I do know that THR was doing some races here this week. It's the league I raced with the 250Fs, and we did the Le Mans 6-hour race, 12-hour races with. And so they've been doing some races around here the past couple of weeks, and I think there's a few folks that have had a lot of practice. So we'll see how fast those folks are. Well, I'm not going to be the quickest person out there today. I'll be happy to admit that. It's a lot of track to learn. It's a cool little car that Valentine's driving. Brabham BT8. a sunbeam directly in front. Ooh, the sunbeam slides wide there. I think that's Cowan. Could have been. We've got a Ginetta G10 here. Some different cars than we usually see in these races just because of the nature of the course. Oh, big tank slapper into the wall. We got Nissan R30, R380. Tire wear, so yeah, let's talk strategy for a minute. Tire wear is on for this. And fuel, 100% on both fuel and tires. Tires in my car are definitely going to wear out, but the plan is not to change them. I love the sound of this car. It's gonna be a fun one. All right, let's go back to the pit lane. Just a few minutes to go till qualifying is going to start here. Take a look at some of these paint schemes. A lot of folks painted their own liveries for this race, like Luff's in here. This is Nate's car today. So yeah, my plan is not to change tires today, unless it feels like it's going to make sense. But I'm going to start with full fuel, as I usually do in these races, and depends on the pace of the race. It is definitely possible with a little bit of fuel saving to make it 12 laps in the Matra with a full tank of fuel, but I have a feeling we're going to be pushing quite hard for the race. So I'm likely going to need to stop to take one extra lap of fuel at some point. And I'm just going to kind of see how it goes. I'm not going to purposely try to save a lot of fuel because I feel like that would be kind of boring. and my pace isn't going to be the fastest today. So we're just going to try to stay clean, try to have a good race, get into a groove. It's just one of those tracks, like for folks that have raced the Nordschleife, in races, quite often you're not really racing anybody directly. You know, after the first couple of laps, things really string out. And I fully expect that to be like this today. You know, maybe we'll see one or two other people throughout the race, but I'm not really expecting it to be a super back and forth competitive race. But you never know, maybe it will be. Well, very excited to do this, and hopefully can get a decent starting spot. I'd be happy to start in like the top 10. I think that would be nice. Yeah, that's impressive, Vincent, that you've gotten up to, assuming this is you, but you've done a 9:34. That's my best lap in testing so far has been a 9-minute 36-second lap, and I've not done better than that. I think I could pretty easily go 3 or 4 seconds faster, but it's stringing the lap together. You know, it's such a long lap, it's easy to make a mistake. Yeah, but racing, yeah, if we're side by side with the Lotus 47, it's going to be so frustrating because I will be so much faster on the straights, and then that Lotus will be so much faster in the corners, and we'll go back and forth like that. So we'll have to see how it works. All right. 2 minutes left of this practice session. So setup-wise, Lepson helped me with the setup. Very grateful for that. And it is an extremely stiff setup because there are so many undulations in the track where the car would just completely bottom out if it wasn't. So if you look here at like the damper settings, we're full stiff on everything. This is absolutely, before somebody says it, this is absolutely one of the reasons why it doesn't turn well. But we would murder the wheels themselves would hit the body. We'd bottom out so much if I didn't have the the car so stiff. We are quite low to the ground. Ride height in the front is as low as it goes, but the rest of the car is extremely stiff. So, hey, Martin. Yeah, this one is a tough one to learn. I definitely thought I knew this track better than I did because I had raced it years ago, you know, with some of those 20s cars. But racing a 20s car around here that tops out at like 100 miles an hour, it's quite a different prospect than racing these 70s sports cars around here. So, yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks trying to get back up to speed. This is not a custom UI mod. It's the new UI that's in Content Manager. So. Yeah, I encourage anybody that's interested in this kind of thing to join SROL and try out for the races. This race had a qualifying. You had to be able to do three complete laps without getting an off track or anything like that, which I think is good. If you can't do 3 laps without going off the track, then you're probably not going to make it 12 laps to begin with. But hopefully everybody's on their best behavior today. I'm sure there'll be some shenanigans. It's a tough one. But yeah, we've got 37 cars right now. I think there's supposed to be 40 today, so basically a full field. All right, we're just waiting for the session to end. I don't know if it'll be a long wait after the session. Let's see here. Yeah, 8 liter straight V10. That's cars from the 20s. This is a multi-class race. I don't know if there was any sort of, let's see here. If there was any sort of spotter guide or anything. I don't think there was. Yeah, no spotter's guide for this one. Takes time for folks to do that. But there's a good mix of different cars in here. There are, I think, 3 classes. Let me look here. Yeah, 3 classes. There's a prototype class that's got the Chaparral 2D, which I don't think anybody took. Ferrari 365, Ford GTX1, Jaguar XJ13, which I also don't think anybody took, and then the Porsche 910, which will definitely be the quickest car today. Then there's the sports car class that I'm in with the Alfa Romeo Tipo 33, Brabham BT8, Chevron B8, Ferrari Dino 206, Lotus 47, the Matra that I'm driving, and then the Nissan R380. Then you have the Grand Touring class, which is all the more sporty cars that are in there. Or not sports cars, I guess touring cars. So I'm in the middle class, but it's one of those races where it'll all be kind of mixed, I think, anyway. I think Lupson was gonna take the Chaparral, but he would have nobody to race with. So, but yeah, Wilmer in the Porsche 910 is in the top class. Nate's in my class, but he's just that good. All right, we're just waiting for the session to tick on over. And I don't know if it's going to be. There it is. All right, we got 1 minute here before qualifying. So let me make sure everything's set up. So I'm going to put 60 liters in the car. 66 liters. That should be enough to do 6 laps, which is more than I could possibly do for, you know, within the time allotted. I'm hoping to do less than that. You know what? I'm going to go with 50 liters. I'm hoping to do just a few laps here, maybe 3, just to get a good time, and then park the car. Which I know won't be the most fun watching, but in order for me to survive this race today, that's what I'm going to have to do. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, and yeah, hopefully this is good today. I wish I had more time to practice, like always. All right, here we go for qualifying. I think it's going to be a bit of a mad dash to get out of the pits here. Let's see. All right, there we go. In qualifying, let me just check. Yeah, everything's good. May my laps be in the 30s and the traffic be none. Yeah. So we got to do the full out lap, and this is the big reason why I don't want to try to do multiple laps in qualifying. If I crash and hit something hard, I'm gonna have to start the out lap all over again. So I am very much gonna go slow on my first timed lap, so that I stay in the lines. Try for a 9-minute 40, and then we'll see if I can improve at all. Just trying to start in front of all the GT cars, at least. Yeah, I'm going to have to be a lot more successful than I was at Montreal at completing laps. That's for sure. Why are all the signs pointing away? So this track, Kringle, this track has bi-directional layouts, so you can actually race it in the other direction too. In case you get bored with 26 kilometers of roads and want a challenge, you can drive it in the other direction. Dry Jake? What is Dry Jake? I don't get it. Yeah, you really got to get the line right in this car to get it to turn. See if I can get around these couple of cars here. Looks like Paul's going to pull over maybe. In the 904 there. There's no rain predicted for this race. Dry sense of humor. All right. I didn't know if that was a comment on the last rally stream or what. Things certainly weren't dry. I mean, so essentially each lap of this course is, well, how much longer? It's about 3 laps to do 1 lap of the Targa Florio, right? This is a really tough spot to catch somebody. Oh, thank you, Poira. Matra Magic Missile. Hopefully. There are a few other guys in this race that are driving the Matra, and they're almost the quickest, so it's not the car today, it's me. Catch one of the Lotus here. This is the speed differential. Going around him as well. Whoa. I'm not sure why he's racing me, really. I'm trying to get around him. We're all on an out lap right now. Thought about trying third gear through there, but that's definitely not going to work. Get out a little bit wider there. Just try to, every lap you try to feel out the line a little bit differently, see if you can do something slightly different. Oh, a lot of smoke up here. So it looks like it was Ahmad. This circuit, yeah, I said it at the very start of the stream, but this is a fictional circuit based on real roads that have been widened a bit. But if you do want to download it, and I put a link to the track in the description of the stream, like always, but Fat Alfie included a PDF that has a bunch of lore and history about all the different corners and sections of the circuit. And it's really fun. It's all fictional, but it's kind of playful and gives a lot of history to a track which didn't exist, just to help sell it further. It's very, very cool. All right, we're getting there on the out lap. This is still the out lap. 21 kilometers into it. There's 5Ks to go. Oh, really easy to overshoot it, and you will ruin your lap if you do that. So that's my biggest concern with getting around here on my timed lap and just getting a lap in, is if I run a little bit wide or something, it's going to invalidate my lap, meaning I have to go around again and start a new lap. And so I'm going to be on my best behavior for this first one. Go pretty slow, just get around, get a lap time, hopefully in the low 9:40 range, and then I'll feel comfortable enough to give it a little push. Because if I do something like that, very easily could ruin the whole lap. It's going to be really important for me just to get a lap in. I'm sure there'll be a few folks that don't get a qualifying lap, and it's not because they didn't try. Maybe they tried a little bit too hard. All right, come down to the second carousel here. Yeah, for qualifying for this race, the 3 clean laps did have to be within a certain range. They couldn't be like 15 minutes. I don't know if Nate published an official time, but yeah, you did have to look like you were trying a little bit, but yeah, they didn't have to be record laps, certainly. It's more important that somebody can just get around here safely than it is the ultimate speed, but going super slow doesn't really prove anything. All right, through the final carousel here. I'm a little nervous for qualifying more so than the race here. I just need to get a nice clean lap and get a decent spot on the grid in front of, you know, the GT cars and stuff. So I'll start my lap here. Focus on the racetrack. Got a couple cars in front, but they're pretty far up there, so this is about as good as it's going to be. I'm so nervous for this qualifying lap. Dang it. I know how to do this. I'm just worried I'm going to cut a corner a little bit too much or run a little wide and ruin the whole thing. So just get around nice and safe. It's like all of these, you can make up a lot of time by cutting, but I just don't want to do it too much. All right, through the S. Up to 5th gear for just a minute. This section's quite tricky, deceptively. It's a 4th gear entry. Got a great line there. Down to 3rd for this right-hander. It's covered in shadow right now, really hard to see. And then this corner is way tighter than you expect. Kind of flattens out too. It's not off camber, but the camber certainly doesn't help you there. All right, come up over the rise. This tightens up a lot. Down to 2nd gear for it. Keep it tidy on the entry and try to get a great exit, because this leads on to a really fast section coming up. Got the hidden right-hander. Catching a Dino. I don't know if they're on an out lap. Hopefully they let me by here. Or is this an Alpha? It might be an Alpha. All right, this S is flat. The line coming up to this corner here. Get it down a gear. Don't let it drift out too wide. There's just not enough grip there to get it back in. Come down to the Lily corner. Backfire noise there off the houses, nice. All right, get it up the hill then. Just got the 1S here. That will get us onto the back section, the fast start of some of the fast area. Really need to get around this Alpha in a good spot, hopefully for the hard braking coming up. Got a nice slipstream here. We'll see if they lifted there. I'm not going to be close enough to get the pass coming up to the cobblestone corner here, unless he outbrakes himself. This is going to hold me up a bit, but it's not the end of the world. Might help actually keep me in line. All right, slipper on the outside. I didn't lose that much time there, just a little bit. Little lift there to that right-hander. Get it up to 5th gear then. We'll keep it in 4th actually. You want to lift over this hill. Make sure I get the turn in to the left there, then hard on the throttle. Still missed it a little bit. Big save. All right. Lost about a half second there, but I'm so happy I didn't throw the whole lap away. Whoa. I don't know if that looked as scary as it was from my seat. All right, focus. I got away with one. lot of understeer there. I had to choke it. We're still like within a second of my best ever lap, so it's going pretty well so far. That would get me firmly in the 9-minute 30s. I just missed the left-hander there, and it caused that whole section to be out of whack. Whoa, missed the second gear shift there. All right. Caught it. Another close-ish one. Come on, I just got to get to the end of this lap. Really close to cutting it there. Don't do that. Much better line. Drifted out wide a little bit. Up to 4th gear. Just the white hut. It's my marker there. Just need the late apex here. Kind of got it. Right, hug the inside. Coming up to the Michelin bridge. I almost cut the course there too. Dang. Come on. All right, break at the emergency marker there. Down to 2nd. I think I could leave it in 3rd there, but I've been doing 2nd. Maybe should have went back to 3rd there, but it's very tight up here. All right, get a good run there. Nearly flat through that right-hander exiting, because this next right is flat as well. If you get the line right, it's a big corner. All right, this rise, very easy to understeer over in this car. We'll really huck it in, pretend like the apex is going to be a lot more to the inside than it is. Brake just past the 150. Get it down a couple of gears. If I miss my shift there, we'd be gone. Down to 1st for these S's. Trying to hustle it through. Gained a little bit of time back. All right, come out to the right-hander here. It's called Bastard Corner in the notes, and I can see why. All right, I'm catching Matthias up here, but hopefully I can get through the end of the lap before I get to him, or get him in a good spot at least. All right, the left-hander here is flat, but keep it wide. So we want to get the line. I lifted a bit early there, but it's all right. All right, this is much tighter than it looks. 3rd gear. Yeah, I missed it. It's all right. Could be worse. This one, the left-hander is tight, but then it's flat through this right-hander. Just past the emergency board. Get it down a couple gears. It's a really awkward braking zone down the hill like that, but it gets us into the next carousel. We're still right on my best pace. That's how it is around here. It's just such a long lap. There's plenty of spots to lose and gain time when you're not perfect at the track yet. Hesitated there. Come through this S. It's pretty fast. Gets us into the last carousel. All right, just a couple corners to go. Just get through here clean. I gave it a little extra there just because I needed to finish this lap. It's going to be my best lap ever. Despite me not pushing, despite the mistakes, and I'll get a clean lap in qualifying. I'm super happy about that. 9 minute 36. It's not the best, but it's good enough. And now I get to try a little bit harder. Still want to finish the laps, but I think I can gain a few more seconds, clearly. Do have this one car in front to negotiate, but it's not worth abandoning the lap. We'll just see where I get around him. Nearly a second up already. Tires are much better this lap. They were a little cold at the start of last lap. It's pretty fast down there. Could have been faster. Yeah, we'll check to see where I catch Mateus here. He's only one position behind me on time thus far, so he's not extremely slow. He's driving a Cobra. Totally different experience, I'm sure. Very close to losing my lap there. We're all right. Didn't invalidate it, but I ran super wide here. Just carry the speed. Lost about 6-7 tenths of a second there, maybe more. It's all right. Just one corner wrong messes up a bunch of the extra ones. I know I can gain some time coming up. I made a big mistake last lap through, so just keep my head on here. Good. Oh, that was so perfect. So important to get that exit right because this is such a fast part of the course. Really opened up that corner. I'm diving for the inside of it. It's just a different car with totally different characteristics. This is about where I caught the car last lap too. A little wide there. This is going to be tricky. This is where I messed up last lap. I'm gonna lose a bunch of time here. All right, he ran a little wide, so give me the slipstream down the backstretch. Managed to make that work. I got held up a little bit, but I still came out on the better side of it for me. Come on. Hey, Nils. Oh, no. I missed the downshift to second there again. That's a tough one. That lap was pretty good too. All right, I got enough fuel to go for another one here. Yeah, I don't know what I'll have to watch it back. I'll have to watch it back later to see like where I'm missing that shift, but dang. All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull over for a second. I need some water. It's quite hot in here. This is kind of like how you do it around here to not have to do another out lap. I just missed that it was gonna be fine if I didn't miss the second gear shift. Just missed it. I did last lap as well. Stop in the shade. All right, I'm very happy I got a banker lap in. I'm sitting 9th right now, which is not super great. I was gonna call it quits after this lap if I had finished that. Get out of this way, Nathan Clark's way here. The Sunbeam, the roar of the Sunbeam. Oh yeah, this track is a lot crazier than Old Spa. I'm gonna have to find a good spot on the track for me here. Valentine's coming up. All right, Valentine is very quick, and I've got 22 seconds to Paul behind me, so I'm gonna fall back off Valentine a bit, but this should be a good spot for me to sit. That lap was looking pretty nice too. It was a couple seconds up off my PB, so low 930s would have been nice, but it just takes one corner. I hope you're enjoying this so far, though. I'm a little worried about the race. I'm already feeling quite worn out. I decided to go for a run this morning, which might have been ill-advised. Yeah, I got one decent lap in. I mean, I'll start in front of all the GT cars and stuff, and like that's the main concern with qualifying here. Valentine has gotten around Nathan in front in the Sunbeam. I may try to I don't know if I have enough time left in the lap to do that. Probably not. The Sunbeam is going to be pretty quick through here. It's going to be a 12-lap race today, so it's going to be like 2.5 hours. It's going to be a long one. Now, I'm going to try one more lap, but if I abandon it or finish it, this is going to be the last lap I do today for qualifying. As much as I would love to go for ultimate pace, I honestly don't think I'm going to improve that much more. Maybe I can pick up 2 or 3 spots on the grid, but It's not going to be worth the effort for me. I got 7 seconds to Nathan. Gustavo behind is quite quick. He might catch me on the lap. All right, nailing second gear every time these times. All right, let's try it. I thought the 300 was the 200 there for a minute. It's all right. Bit slow through turn 1. What was that? Come on. That was awful. Bad start to the lap, but it is very long, and there's plenty of places for me to gain time. Just out to the edge there. Back to 12th right now. I clawed about half of my deficit back through there. All right, I messed this up last lap. Just gotta wait on the throttle there. There's no camber to help you. A lot of shadows through here now, making it hard to see. Wow, not a lot of grip. Didn't lose the lap there somehow. Turned in twice and still ran wide. It's all right. Not a great lap so far. Definitely not as good as my last one. The tires might have gone over that cliff a little bit, but I can't do another full out lap. That would be too much. All right, nice through there. I lost time through there on my best lap so far, being behind another car. Carried some speed, but not quite enough. There we go. All right, this is where I know I can gain a lot of time if I just do this even slightly right. That was much better. No. No, it wasn't. Bit of a awful qualifying lap, but all right. That's going to be it for qualifying for me. I could go around and try another one, but it's not going to be worth it. Not great. At least I got the one in at the start of it, though. Let's see the damage. Let's see how fast everybody else is. Ah, man, there is so much opportunity to jump all of these guys. It's so tempting to do, and I'm gonna get hate in the comments for not doing it, but it's just not worth it. I have to do 12 laps of this in a few minutes, so. Tired already. Yeah, not great, not terrible. I'm in the hunt. It's going to be a pretty wild group to be in. Looks like we have 5 people without a time at all. Where is Lepson? Did I miss him? Where's Nate? He's not even in the server anymore. Huh. Hope he's alright. Is anybody watching his stream? I am tired. Yeah, like I was saying, I did a I did a run this morning for some reason. 9:18. He's in 25th. No, I don't see him in the server. That's Nate Cowan. Nate Lepson, there he is. Why wasn't he on the screen for a while? Maybe he left for a minute. How can he join these races? So there's a link to the Sim Race Online Discord server in the description, and from there you can see all the series and stuff. You gotta qualify and all that. They have a license system and everything. All right, I'm gonna step away for just a minute and try to maybe change my shirt or something. See if I can get ready for the race here. But I'll leave you to seeing the cars blast by coming down the front stretch. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You guys listening to the rumble of an engine? Well, you can always watch the stream later. I think the more people that do these races with us, the better. I'm a bit upset that I didn't get a better lap time than I did, but I'm going to slide down the grid. Oh, I'm 16th. It's too late now to do anything about it. There's not enough time to even get around to start a lap, so I'm just going to have to deal with the fact that I'm going to be in the middle of the pack for this one. I know, I just threw on another black cherry. I love the detail in these tracks. Look at all this. Got a little police car. Look at this. Don't you love when somebody actually, I kind of do like when somebody parks like that. It's practical. There's plenty of space now next to him. It's just crazy, the detail. You could spend all afternoon flying around this track and looking at all the different objects and things that Fat Alfie put in place. If you go way out, just look at this. Isn't this incredible? I love it. Come down here, we got another police car and a ambulance. A Citroen, I believe. Keep it on the track. Cameraman. Got a little, what is that? Is it a Fiat? Not sure. It's just the detail is incredible. Can't imagine how long it would have taken him to do all this. Ooh. What is this? I don't really know French very well. Secours. I'm sure somebody in chat will know what that says. Be curious. VW bug. Lovely. Yeah, so this is going to be quite the race today. How much time we got left here? There's 6 minutes left in qualifying, but there's the likelihood that somebody will still be doing a lap, so it could be as many as 16 minutes till the race starts. So just keep that in mind, but it'll grid right after the session. Oh boy, we got horses. Not quite as nice as the moving cows in Automobilista 2, but I'll take it. Vintage, oh, it's a fire service. Okay, cool. Start the ran out of jazz. That doesn't happen many streams. Yeah, it's just the whole track. All 26 kilometers is just as detailed. It's just wild. I don't know how long it took him. I mean, this is one of, how many tracks did he made? At least a half dozen. Here's a cow. Not moving. Proper shader, man. People's expectations are quite high. I feel like this looks amazing. There's some new shaders that I guess custom shaders patches come out with that I've not taken a look at. To me, this looks good enough. I don't really need it any better. Hey, we got a new vehicle over here. Oh, a Mercedes. That looks quite modern compared to the other vehicles that we've been looking at. I'm not sure the model though. A lot of cameramen. I think he made it so that, you know, there's a camera covering every single spot of the track. So this guy's covering up here. When you watch the replays, they're all coming from the real cameras, you know. You won't realize it looks this bad. What? How does this look bad to some people? I'm so happy it doesn't look bad to me because this is incredible. pretty old advertisements on the buildings here. I know, I'm also happy with Grand Prix 2 and IndyCar 2 and all those, so. Yeah, this is one of the first corners that can really catch folks out, because you come over that rise, and it's just a lot sharper than you might expect. No race yet. It's still got a few minutes. 3 minutes till the qualifying session ends, and then up to 10 minutes, depending on if anybody's still on a lap. So, this is a playlist of jazz songs from a music library. So, I don't know the exact playlist. There's not an exact playlist. I've made it myself. Like, look at the distant scenery and everything. It's quite wonderful. Yeah, race start's going to be interesting. I saw a few comments in here about strategy and stuff. I'm going to be filling the car full of fuel and basically seeing how far we get. I am almost certain we'll have to take a pit stop at some point for fuel. Yeah, but strategy-wise and stuff. Oh, another new car. Or I guess we didn't see the side. I just think it looks quite pleasing. But yeah, we're gonna whack it full of fuel. And how many? So if I wanted to do 12 laps, 100 divided by 12. I would need to average 8.3 liters. We'll see what the race is like and how I'm doing on fuel. In my testing, I was not doing well enough to finish the race on one tank of fuel. I was going to be like a quarter of a lap short. And do I want to slow down enough to save a quarter of a lap of fuel? The fuel stop's only going to be, I mean, with the in and out, probably 15 seconds. It's not that long. So I think I'm just going to run, and if I'm starting to run out of fuel, I'll stop with a couple laps to go, put a little bit of fuel in it, and then continue on. Tire-wise, they're going to get pretty worn out, but I'm confident I can finish the race on the first set of tires, and it does take like 20 seconds to change tires, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, a lot further down the order than I was hoping for. Very impressive times for folks. Qualifying's not 100% over yet. But so far, Wilmer Janssen, I'll go with that pronunciation, is up front in the Porsche 910 with a 9-minute 15-second lap. Different classic car from me, but still an incredible lap. Nate Lupson, who is in my class, did a 9-minute 18-second lap, so about 18 seconds better than me. 18 seconds better than I did. Put that where you want it. Togo is in third position right now. Florian Massa is in fourth. And then William Goer, who we saw do really well at, I think that was at Nordschleife, if I'm not forgetting. But that's the first in my car with a 9-minute 22. So I'm 14 seconds off of William. Kasperi up there as well. Just a few tenths apart. That's so close. We got Valentin in 7th position with the Brabham BT8. Gustavo in 8th with the Ferrari Dino 206. AJ Irons in the Ford GT X1 Roadster. And then Johan, who in practice I was able to stick with when I was following him. So I don't know. I don't know what the goal is today. I don't think I have a position goal in mind. Somebody just improved a little bit. Maybe it was William. But I don't think I have a position goal in mind. Really, just finish would be the goal today. All right. This is going to be an interesting one. Hey, a top 10 would be amazing, but I think it's more important that I try to finish the race. All right, I've got a water without a lid, which is kind of dangerous, but try to drink that during the race. I very much appreciate everybody joining. There's a lot of folks in here today. I think these types of tracks are a lot of fun to watch and stuff. So I hope it's fun, regardless of how I do today. But hopefully I can keep it on the road the whole time and have a decent race. And we'll see what happens. I mean, gosh, there'll probably be a lot of stuff that happens throughout this one. Gloves are quite sweaty at the moment. Going to be a lot of fun, I think. We're just waiting for the session to tick over. It could be a few more minutes just because of how long it takes to do a lap. I don't know if anybody's still out on a lap at the moment. I guess it doesn't tell you if they're in the pits or not here. Yeah, 39 cars. We're one short of the entry list. Somebody didn't show. But otherwise, pretty full field for the race today. And who knows? It could be one of those where after the first lap, I don't see a single other person the rest of the race. Or we could be in a thick battle the entire time. You just never know with races like this. Now, we don't have a countdown, unfortunately, just because it's waiting for the session to end. So it could be a few more minutes here. The classes are pretty close together. The really the top two. I mean, the Wilmer in the 910 is the top class, but Nate is in my class, the sports car class, and so it's a lot of its driver. Like the Ford GTX1, which AJ is in the top class, but it's more of an engine capacity thing. And around here, that's not necessarily a good thing if you can't get around the corners. So just because a car is in a different class doesn't necessarily make it faster. I think the Lotus 47 is in the GT class, and it out-qualified me. So it's just how it goes. I didn't do very well in qualifying. I think I could have easily done a 33, maybe even a 32, and that would have put me even quite a few positions higher. I just made some mistakes. The downshift, that was weird. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the race here. Yeah, on total lap time, and Ivan outdoes me right at the end of the session, so I've slipped down to 17th. I'm almost directly in the middle of the pack for the start here. I think this track, it's a really interesting trade-off because there is so much of it that's fast, but there's a lot of high-speed corners, so none of these cars really have downforce. That would really be the difference maker. Once cars start having downforce, that would be king around here. This is like a downforce circuit through and through. But without downforce, whatever car doesn't get lift, it's probably going to be best as long as it has a reasonable amount of power. But yeah, I think the Porsches from this era are probably some of the best suited for this track, like the 910. I think that would probably be the quickest car. Although Nate Lefson did say that the Chaparral was quite good, surprisingly, despite it only having 2 gears. All right, we're just waiting for the session to kick over. Should be any second now. Yeah, if I stop, it'll be 1 fast pit stop to take like 8 liters of fuel just to get around 1 extra lap. Obsessed with the Corvette C6R. I do need to spend. I did spend a little bit of time the other night, or the last week, with playing around with the 2005 GT cars in AMS2. I did a little bit of racing around Donington, but I need to spend more time with it. I don't have any plans at the moment. Yeah, this is one of those races too. Just like you saw in qualifying, despite me not finishing those laps, like, you are able to claw back a lot, and that's going to be true for the race. So if I have a bad lap or two, it's not the end of the world around here, as long as I don't damage the car. And if I do damage the car, I might have to take a pit stop anyway, so we'll see. Is Richie Axelson coming back anytime soon? God, I hope so. I haven't played Grand Prix Legends in quite a while, which is the real reason I've not done it. All right, session's kicking over now. So this is going to be an interesting race. You know, I've never done a race around here, and there's a lot that can happen, and so we'll have to see how it goes. First few laps, really just trying to keep it on the road and not get caught up with anybody, and then see how things kind of shake out over a few laps, and then go from there. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, we may have to stop for a splash and go, but we'll look at the fuel. It needs to be under 8.3 liters a lap burned for me to get around without a stop. I think fatigue is absolutely going to be a factor. Unfortunately, I'm a little worn out already just because of working out this morning, so we'll see what happens. Just waiting for that session to kick over here. I know I got to do the last 2 races of the 1966 series with Richie Axelson, so I'm aware. Yeah, and we are doing a pace lap, but it's going to start just at the last carousel. Thank God, Nate was able to get that to work, so we shouldn't have to do a very long pace lap, but it will be a rolling start here, which is good. That'll hopefully prevent anything super bad from happening. And I think if I can stay on the track the whole race and finish higher than 17th, it will be a pretty successful day. I thought it was kicking over right now, but we're still waiting. No, not a whole formation lap, thankfully. Just at the last carousel. All right. It is set up for the race. Everything calms down here. The pings go crazy when the server resets like that. Yeah, we starting in 17th position. Just double check my setup here. Full fuel. And I've got it set up to do 9 liters of fuel in the pits, which is enough for 1 lap. And we'll sit out on the grid and wait for things to kick off. But I really appreciate everybody tuning in today, and I hope it's as entertaining to watch as it's going to be to drive. Uh-oh. The sun is moving. Quite quick. That's interesting. Why is the sun moving so quickly? I don't think the trees are moving. He's just positioning the sun? Gotcha. There it goes. It's done. It's kind of, you get full control, I guess, when you're doing an online race. I hope it's not a night race. Gosh, can you imagine trying to race around here at night? I'm curious to see, hopefully this doesn't count as the first lap, but if it does, we're definitely not going to have to pit then. It'll technically be a standing start like all races are in Assetto Corsa, but everybody here knows the rules to do a pace to the line. Alright, I got one other Matra directly behind me. And a Nissan R380 directly in front. It's going to be interesting off the line. I wonder who really goes for it and who's going to take their time. How many hours would it take to do 300 kilometers around here? Well, we're about to find out, but I think it's going to be about 2.5 hours. So, about 180 minutes. Single file start, though. That is true. Still waiting for the lights to pop up. Yeah, good luck to anybody that, if you're watching and driving, make sure you're driving first. All right, there's the lights. Once they go out, though, it's not race start. It's a roll to the line. Just wait for the car in front to move, I guess. I'm sure you could put a co-driver in, but to be fast, you need to know the circuit, so it's better to memorize it. All right, we'll see if it rubber bands a lot here. Oh, wow, it's just through the final chicane. That was not long at all. I thought we were a little bit further than that, but here we go to start. All right, it's 12 laps here, and we'll see how it goes. I think we gotta wait to the line before I take off. All right. Away we go, 12 laps around Fonteny, right on the back of Mr. Orbit. All right, we'll get him through turn number 1. Now the positions are going to be all kind of weird on my relative until we come through a lap, so I'm in 16th right now. And we'll see how that progresses over the lap. Just try to get into a nice pace here. Much different than qualifying. It's more important to just keep it on the road. I saw somebody running wide already up there. All right, we're chasing Antonio, I think, who might be in another Matra. A little bit wide there. The car is very heavy. The 100 liters in. I know it's Gio in front. I think the relative has sorted itself out now. All right, packed up pretty good here. I think I might be closing in Gio just a little bit, but he's caught up behind a couple cars, and making passes around here is not easy. I was happy to get around Morvan there, I think, right off the line. Let's see what the straight line speed of that R380 is like. I think I might be a little bit quicker. Car in front runs a bit wide. It's Gio. All right, we're both catching this Lotus 47. This is a worst case on this track for it. Oh, he's gonna have a lot more speed into the corner. Ooh, locks it up. Careful, you two. It's gonna let Morvan behind me come in here. Oh, this is rough. All right, it's nice and easy. We got a long ways to go yet. These two. This is difficult stuff just because these cars make speed in very different ways. Dang, that was real rough. Hopefully Gio can hold on to that and get back to it. I'm going to see if I can pass this Lotus down the backstretch. Give it a second here. Let's try to line up the exit. He's going to be really good through here compared to me. But then we get onto the long straight. Not quite as close as I would have liked. But here we go. Pulling him in. Oh. I feel like he turned into me there. I left him plenty of room. I think he's fighting for his life a little bit to try to stay in front of us, but he can't just turn into me. I don't know. I'll watch it after the race. I don't know. All right. Morvan now is right on me. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think I was in the wrong at all there. All right, let's not miss my shift here. Just a little conservative with it. Yeah, I think you thought I might back out or something, but I don't know. This is the spot where that Lotus is going to be faster. I'd love to stay in front of them or through here. Gotta understeer. It's interesting to see where different folks have found fast spots on the track for them, or where they're a little slower. I was definitely a little slower through there than Yvonne behind me. A little bit late on the brakes. We got it. This is where the Lotus would kill us. We're stuck up behind Yvonne. Got a defenseman behind me. Pull out a little bit. Yeah, a little bit wide there. Not a good exit. It's okay though. Whoa, looks like Vincent got around Yvonne there. Might have run a little deep. I didn't see if there was any elbows involved. Little fast section here. I could run away from Vincent a bit, but the end of the lap is going to be Vincent's best place by far on the course. So hopefully I can stay in front of him, but we'll see. Ooh, it's all right. Got me a lot there. Got one more slow corner. Third carousel. Oh, Tommy. Oh my God. I can't read what you wrote right now, but I cannot believe you sent me some money. I hope everybody's enjoying. I'm real worried about Vincent behind at the moment. Just got to get through this final chicane to end the first lap. But that's so incredibly nice, Tommy. Thank you. All right, run away. I should get a decent gap to Vincent through the first straight here, and then the second straight. We'll come across the line up to 14th after the first lap. Started 17th, so not a bad first lap. Pretty tight stuff for a minute there. Let's just see if I can keep the gap on Vincent behind, ideally. Lupson took the lead, nice. I don't know who I'd rather race. Neither of them, honestly. All right, yellow flag for a second there. It's just off my screen. You won't be able to see it, but we'll see if maybe somebody spun out or something. Wow, they're side by side there. The more of that, the better for me, honestly. Allow me to get away. If I can get to the straight on the backstretch this far ahead or something, I'll really be able to pull out the gap. And this one, I'm not going to be able to read the chat too much today, unfortunately. It's a lot to concentrate on here. It's nice and smooth. Try not to slide the tires too much either. Want to see if I can make them last somewhat. See if we can pull in the car in front. A little bit better of an exit this time through there. All right, we got Max Castrodale, or Max Catastrophe as we know him, in front. Still got a nice gap on the cars behind, so this is good. I want that second apex. That was textbook. Late apex here. Remember it because of the yellow flowers. A little bit slow in second gear right now. The car is just pretty heavy still. We got 89 liters of fuel left. Want a late apex here. Pitch it in. And we're flat foot for quite a while now. Little lift of the throttle there so we don't peg it on the revs. And then just after the 200 marker on the left here, we go down to second gear, but there's cobblestones on the apex of this corner, so just need to be careful, give it a little extra space. Run it right to the edge of the track. Third gear all the way down this hill. Going to top out just before the S's, but they're quite sharp and big berms on the inside and outside. Keep it in third here. Late apex if you can. Understeer a lot there. I didn't quite get it, but it's okay. Get it up to fourth gear then. All right, now this is where all the money's made in this car. Come over the top of the rise, just lift it a little bit. Want the late apex, just lift until I know I have it. Right, then fifth gear. This is such a scary corner to do at first, but just trust it'll go where you want it to. Flat foot there. All right. Down to fourth gear for the chicane. Hug the inside. I missed it. It's going to compromise my exit here. It's all right. Not the best line, but it could be worse. Lose a few tenths. Saying I'm about 7.2 seconds off of Max in front. This is the scene of the crime last lap. I'll watch that at the end of the race if we're still around. But I'm pretty sure it was not anything I could have done different. Vincent's just holding on for his life. All right, come up to the bridge. I remember this one is the bridge corner. Brake at the 100 marker, down to second gear. Let the road scoop you up. You can go quite fast through it. I saw Max for just a moment there in front of me. All right, this will get us down. This is where I missed second gear in qualifying. That extra breath. I'm so worried about it. It would just send me, you need the engine braking, so it would just send me into the woods. All right, now the long right-hander that heads down to the carousel will charge in, but keep it pretty tidy. Then get back on the throttle, get it lined up for the jump here. All right, down to first gear for this. Get on the throttle early. There's so much camber there to help the car. And this is another long right-hander, but it descends. It's quite a lot trickier. I did a really nice thing last time through here. I don't think I can repeat it. I got the car a little sideways and it felt so good. Not this time. Oh, so much understeer. Come on. Just missed the whole turn in there. This is a late turn in. The car is plowing right now. Get it down to third. Hug the white line. Flat foot through the left-hander down to the Michelin bridge. We'll do just third gear for this. think Max is pulling away from me, unfortunately. Vincent's pulling me in here, but this is a better part of the track for him. I'm doing what I consider good right now, so that's all I can do. A little bit squirrely coming in to that second gear corner. This one's much tighter than it looks like. Just hug the white line, get it on the throttle again early. We want a nice exit through this right-hander. Get us onto the back section of the course. Still a little slow there. The flat foot here. Nice. All right, we're into the race now. The start's always tricky. So I try to throw it away over the left-hander there. Totally missed the turn in. It's okay. Can't stop for a second, I guess. This car is not set up for these tighter, slower corners right now, just because we need the speed. As Vincent's really pulling me in here, we might have to deal with this Lotus again, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be a really tricky one, just with the speed differential. Walk him up over the top of the hill. The car gets so light there. Yeah, he's catching, and we're coming up to the spot on the track where he is definitely better. Go a little faster there. Just trying to figure out how to go slightly faster without throwing it away. Still early on the brakes. It's tough to judge. Here he is. Slide it, back it into the carousel. Oh, missed the turn in. Come on, I did that last lap too. Flat through there this time. I remembered it now. Just got to get through the chicane and then one more carousel, and then I can run away from him. Dances a little bit on the entry to the final chicane. I think he gained on me overall that lap. Yeah, we gained a little bit on Max there for a minute. It is a multi-class race, and the car behind me isn't in my class, but I still I'm going for overall finish. The classes in this are just another thing to think about, but it's not really the primary. It's not like modern days. Cars don't always finish in order of class with vintage racing. Really depends on the track, and this track, we're kind of equal. It's crazy. These two wildly different cars are so equal around a track like this. .938, yeah, it's only 2 seconds off my qualifying lap. Pretty happy with that. And definitely pulling in Max a little bit here. I know I can go a lot quicker through this. Here he comes. Well, we're flat foot for a while now, and the Matra's just got a little more oomph in the straights. Consider this a straight here. This is going to be really tough up the hill. Well, I missed the turn in there. Shadows make it tough. Just get through these next few corners. get onto another fast section. It's a curb on the inside there we don't want to hit. Here he comes. Try to carry a little bit more speed through there. It's a weird gearing through that corner. Can't be perfect everywhere on a track like this. We have a little bit of straight section now. Open up that gap a bit. I think he might have got a bad exit there. So it feels bigger than I thought it was going to be. I would love to have somebody not on me, right behind me so I could just focus on trying to make speed. I guess that's all I have to do anyway, but it's tough to forget what's going on in my mirror. If you're just tuning in, welcome to a SROL online race. Everybody I'm racing is real people. It's a great historic sports car racing league in Assetto Corsa, and yeah, we're just at the start of this one. I'm already quite tired, so we'll see how this goes today. There we go. That was chef's kiss. Love it. Get this right. This is one of the scariest parts of the track for me, especially once the tires start giving up in a little bit. Give it a little extra there just to make sure I got the apex. It worked out for me. All right, I'm going to try to get some water in. I'm pulling in max, but not quickly. Gonna have to grind this one out to get to him. I think I've lost a race in every single way possible, you go. That's the joys of streaming. You all get to see it happen. The good and the bad. A little bit wide there, it's okay though. Went for a gear that didn't exist for a second. Still too early on the apex there. It's okay. I'll learn it eventually. We'll get it right at least once in this race. Got to be more to the inside there. I think I'm slowing down too much here, but it's daring to try to do something different in a race. Whoa, big ditch on the inside. Be careful of that on future laps. It didn't quite stick. It's okay. The camelback wouldn't be a bad idea if I have to put it on the front of me though, or under the seat or something. so-so. Try to go down to first a little bit later there, right up to the light pole on the inside. Not get the throttle down there like I needed to. Vincent's gonna come straight back to me. We'll save the ale for after the race today. Yeah, that was not a good section for me there. I'm still faster than my qualifying lap right now, by 4/10, which is pretty good. I'll take that. It's gonna get harder to match though as the tires wear out. Still braking too early for the bottom of the hill here. Here comes Vincent. He's never going to leave me alone. He's just so quick through this section of the course. Let's try to get this apex finally. Oh, it's too early. I got it, but it's too early. Nice through the final chicane. Well, all right, come finish lap number 3. We're officially, well, not quite a third into it. We'll start the 4th lap, which will be our 3rd distance. It's gonna be a long one today. It's a 9:35. It's my best lap I've ever done around here. Long ways to go. Feels like right now, like what could I do? I'm barely catching Max in front. Vincent is hounding me, but I'm sure something will happen at some point and the situation will change a little bit. So we'll just stick to it. And who knows, maybe it won't. But I'll try to outlast him. All right, yeah, I can keep it in 3rd through there. Here's Vincent, but I'll pull away now a little bit. Just want to not bounce off those berms through the chicane there. Looking to make sure he doesn't make a move on me. No idea. If I was to guess, though, I don't think that Lotus is going to have to pit. So, unfortunately, if I do, it's going to be a pretty foregone conclusion if he's this close to me. But we'll see. I'm almost a second faster than my previous lap already. I'll just keep going, see what the tires can give me. Let's try to be careful about it. I did not get that right this time. Gotta make sure I don't forget where I am on the track. I need to keep my mind sharp and thinking about what corners are next. What I have to do in the corner I'm in right now. It's gonna be easy to make a massive mistake and throw away the whole race. In the third gear section here. That's why I find talking while I'm driving to help me, surprisingly, because it keeps me really focused on what's happening. Maybe my ultimate speed's a little bit lower while I'm talking, but I stay super focused on what I'm doing. So I'm talking about it, I'm describing it, and it's been an interesting tool, I guess you could say. All right, come over. This is that scary corner. Just don't want to pitch it too sideways there because I'm going to run out of lateral grip here in a few laps once those tires get really worn. Right up to the dirt. All right. Caught Max a little bit there. Ooh, knocked my wheel camera. I think I'm faster than Max, or he's making some smaller mistakes, and it'll add up down to 5 seconds behind. Needed the towel. I'm sweating. I threw it kind of far. I don't know why I did that. Should have threw it on my lap or something. I'm gonna be one sweaty guy after this. Almost got the apex right. There we go. That was much better. Oh, Vincent's gone. Something happened. All right, that really simplifies things for me a little bit. Let me just not get distracted here. But something happened to Vincent behind, and I'm not gonna have to worry about that anymore. We'll see if anybody's catching me, but it's Gio and Yvonne back there who I passed pretty early on in the race, first lap. And I'm catching up to Max, so I think I just need to focus on what's in front of me. A lot of understeer there. Let me make sure I get this. Was another one of those corners that can be quite death-inducing if you don't get it right. lot of sliding. It's not necessarily the best idea. Oh, Max had an issue. Where is he? There he is, coming back on the track. So I get around Max. See, it's all happening here. It says I'm in 14th still, but I think Vincent behind might have reset. So once I pass the line, I'll be up to 13th. And I got Max behind me now, but we'll see if he's damaged or anything. So now I gotta see if I can catch Tom here. Tom's quite far in front, so it's gonna be quite a slog here. But Max and I's cars are much more similar, so I'm not gonna have to worry quite as much about certain parts of the track having a huge speed difference. A bit deeper that time on the entry to the carousel. Want a late apex, that's beautiful. Much better through there. Gained quite a lot. All right, come up to the final chicane. Yeah, there's Vincent in the pits, unfortunately for him. But we'll get that position. So up to 13th from 17th on the grid. Quite a large gap to the cars in front, but at any point somebody could slide off the track. We're 1/3 into the race. I just did my best lap ever. Things are looking pretty good right now. I am very tired though. Fast there. Car feels faster and faster. I can tell it's got a little less lateral grip than it had at the start of the race. The tires are wearing out a little bit, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just a fuel change. I've got the tire gauge up that shows percent of grip remaining. So far we're at 100, so technically the tires are still at perfect performance. See if that starts heading down soon though. Probably will. Put it into third there for no reason. Seven more. Yeah, I am sweating a lot. It's so hot. It's like 82 degrees Fahrenheit here, so like 20, what is that, 24 Celsius, something like that, which isn't that hot, but when you're racing like this, I guess it is. Yeah, I'll try to get more water in on the straight coming up. Max is closing in a little bit on me. Rear end's starting to get a little spooky. There go the tires. Saying hello. Got an ice cube that time from the water bottle. It's perfect. A little too narrow there. I think Max is in an alpha. So they're quite different cars. I'm not sure which one's technically better around here, but I'm pretty confident it's just 100% driving skill for the pace we're going as to who would be better. We're not going fast enough for the cars to really matter. Have to be a lot more towards the front end of the pack for that. I did not get the apex that time at all. It's all right. Starting to make little driving errors already. Downshifted twice there for no reason. All right, now I need to start thinking about fuel a little bit. I've used 40 liters thus far. And we're on the 5th lap of the race. Should have paid attention to what it was at the 1/3 mark, but halfway through I need to remember to look at how much fuel I have at the end of the next lap. But I think, I can already tell, I think we're burning a little too much to make it without a stop. Oh, big slide. Here's Max. Didn't get that turn in very well. Start the halfway lap. Got 58.1 liters of fuel left. I'm gonna be like 1 liter short. Oh, it's gonna be torturous. Oh, I'm up to 12th. Somebody's out. So up to 12th now. From 17th on the grid. Oh, just a couple more and I could get a top 10. I'm not going to think about it. A lot ways to go. We're not even halfway yet. It's assuming I can actually finish this thing without going insane. Yeah, I double guessed myself for what corner that was going to be. All right. Nicely through the first sector. Max is just 1 second behind. I'm not going to worry about him. Getting to me is one thing, but getting around is going to be pretty tough around here unless I make a mistake. Oh no, Nate, was it you? Oh, did you end up having internet issues again? The thought did cross my mind. I didn't see you though in the pits. Good lap so far this one. Up by half a second. That's on my best ever lap, qualifying included. Gotta get that slightly wider entry there. Been really gunning for the apex. Gets me a much nicer exit, although this is a pretty tight section down the hill here. Third gear. Bounce a little bit too much off that, but it's all right. I know I can carry a bit more speed there if I get the entry right, and it'll really pay off through this section. A little bit too narrow there. It's all right. Really understeered there. It's gonna shoot me wide. Dang, gonna lose a lot of time here to Max. Missed the apex. Alright. All that goodwill I had on this lap is gone. Alright, Max is right on me now. Tidy that time. Still don't feel great through this part of the track. It's one of the parts. Where's Max? Oh, he fell off a little bit. Not much. But he wasn't in my mirror anymore. All right. That'll give me a little bit of breathing room, but I still want to push. I think I am catching the car in front. It's just a long ways. Oh, that's how you do it. Whoa, look at that. Gained a lot. It's so much fun when you unlock a little bit of time on a track like this. A new line, a new entry to a corner. It's just so rewarding. Especially to do it in a race. It's so risky to take a corner in a new way. There's Max back there. He's not very far back, but he fell 3 or 4 seconds. Some mistake I didn't see. We're about 9 seconds off Tom now in front, and that was 13 or 14 at one point. So either he made a mistake or I'm a little bit quicker. We'll find out. We're coming to the end of the halfway lap. There's a little ways to go in this. A little too fast there. Skid marks at the bottom of the hill, you can imagine. I have contributed. All right, I want the late apex here. Oh, it's so hard to get because the track falls away, so I just miss it if I go for a wide entry. Yes, check the fuel, but we're already over half a tank. It would be really hard to save that much. I need to save like a liter of fuel. I don't know. Although we might just be able to coast to the finish from here, but will that lose more time than a pit stop? I don't know. half a liter of fuel. It's not that much. Best lap again. See if I can save a little bit. It will lighten. Yeah. We'll have to see how it gets to. I don't know, if I get to the last lap and I have a lot more than a half a liter to less than I need, I'm gonna have to pit. It's just how it is. Could be a coulda, shoulda situation like the NASCAR race we did around Riverside, where I should have done a very different strategy in that one, but sometimes you don't know. Maybe other people will have to pit too. It's really just Max. Max is the only position I'm gonna lose right now if I pit, I think. I don't think the car behind him is close enough to get me. My inner Scott Dixon, yeah. Oh, boy, do I, wow. That was so close. There's a post there. All right, I got a lucky life saved through there. There's a post on the inside of that corner, and I was trying to get a better run through there, and I was just way too shallow. So I cut the track instead, and my God, that would have stopped the car in its tracks. Let Max pass and draft him. Cool, dude. Might just happen anyway. All right, Tom's pulled back out a little bit on me. If I can find a way to manage the gap to Max, or if Max falls off a bit, I may as well try saving some fuel. But as it is, I don't know. I feel like Max has made a few mistakes, so it might be better for me to push and have him push as well and see if he makes a bigger mistake and gives me the gap I need to really save fuel. Otherwise, it's very, very close on fuel, but we're about a liter short over the course of the race. Hit the side. Man, I'm all over the road. Tires are not gripping up like they used to. The rears are down to 89%. Doing a good lap here, though, despite the little mistakes here. There, the first sector was not very good, but pulling away a little bit from Max, pulling Tom in just a little bit. We're similar speeds. It's not a very big difference. It's all going to come down to mistakes, I think, and strategy. I feel like my strategy is not great. I don't know what I can do about it. If I let off much and try to save fuel, I think I'm gonna have to go so much slower to save even a little bit of fuel. It's just hard to tell how much you're saving. Whoa, car almost got away from me there. Come on. Broke a bit too early for this. It was so understeery. I'm not sure what Tom's driving. I think it might be an Alpha. It's mostly Alphas and Matras in this for my class. Come on. It's so slow there. Shadows are getting quite heavy through this part of the track. Last lap I got such a good line through there, and this lap I tried to do it again and it didn't work. Max is hanging on to me. I think I gained slightly over the last lap, but not much. See how much, or I can see how much the rear end's starting to hang out because of the tires. Whoa, didn't get that turn right. Oh, come on. Big save there. Come on. I see a car up there ahead. I don't know if it's a slower car or what. Certainly I'm not that close to Tom. Whoa. All right, 12th. Maybe that is Tom. It just looks close on the straight, despite being quite far back. All right, we're in the long stretch now. 1/3 of the race to go, 2/3 down. We're on lap 8 of 12. Started in 17th position. and I'm up to 12th. Would love to pick up a couple more and get a top 10, but finishing is my top priority. Looking like I'm gonna have to make a pit stop, unfortunately, to get like just a tiny bit of fuel to get to the finish of this thing. Just don't think I can save any. I don't know. Might as well try, right? Max is only 2.5 seconds behind me, so the question is, can I save a half a liter of fuel and keep Max behind me? I'll shift a little bit earlier. Just the engine braking and stuff is really important around here, so without it you have to go so much slower to just use the regular brakes. There's Max. He's catching me. I'm just like laying back just a little bit, and here he is right on me. Taking tires would take way too long. It's like 20 seconds. So I would be, Yvonne would pass me if I took tires. I think Max is going to get around me either way, is what I'm saying. If I go slow enough to save a half a liter of fuel, he's going to pass me. If I pit, he's going to pass me. And I feel like my best option is to try to run really fast, get him to push, and have him make a mistake. And that might allow me to stay ahead of him when I pit. He's already made a few mistakes. I'm not saying he's an error pro driver. This is hard as nails. But just based on what I've seen this race, we'll see what the fuel looks like at the end of this lap. Did not get the turn in right there at all. Just gonna get Max right on me here. He got it. Need to get a cup holder, like right there. Very late on that turn in. Spooked myself. Max is straight on me. He's catching me no matter what. Let's see what happens here. I know I'm slow through that corner. That feels like a... I need to figure out the line, but it's so sketchy to do during a race. Ooh, Max. Careful there. Yeah, the fuel might even out if the tires get really worn, because I'm just going to be going a bit slower anyway, but is it going to be enough to save me like a liter of fuel? It'll be tough. I'm trying to be a little bit better with it, but Max is like, as soon as I did that, Max is all over me now. This is so much fun now. I hope you're enjoying watching. It's so exhausting, but to race around a track like this with a talented as group as this, you don't get to do that every day. So I'm enjoying every second of it, even if I'm super tired right now. It's just like exactly the kind of stuff I like doing in sim racing. Beautiful cars on beautiful road. Gotta use the high RPMs there to get the car to turn in. A little bit early on that one. Not as sketchy as last time, please. Almost. Max is here. He wasn't able to take the carousel that lap, though. That's tricky to pass around here. I don't envy his position. I think he's got a little bit more pace than me right now, especially because I'm trying to be just a little bit better on the fuel. I'm also tired. Come on. A little dust there. It's going to be a lot closer on fuel this lap. 33.3. We got 4 laps to go now. And 33 is what I would need, so maybe it's coming my way. We'd run out of fuel on the straight here, but I could definitely make it to the line. 4 laps to go. Missed the apex of turn 1 there. Tom's firmly 10 seconds ahead of me. He's just maybe made a couple errors to slide back to me, but we're about the same speed. So it's going to take a little bit of something from the front to have a chance to pick up a couple more spots, but I'd love to keep Max behind me here as we come into the last third of the race. If I pit, I'm not going to pit until the last lap, because you never know if Max slides off at some point. I could definitely do a lap and just save a ton of fuel by going very slow if I have the track I need. So I'm going to wait till the last possible second, but I don't know. Maybe I won't pit. We'll see what it is at the end of this lap too. Ooh, come on. If I have around 26 at the end of this lap, that'll be very good. Max ran a bit wide there. He's able to keep it on the road, but we'll back out a bit from him. A little bit slow on the throttle there. By the end of this race, all of you watching should be able to get around this track no problem. Yeah, Max is pushing a lot, so I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, but there's a chance that, you know, he maybe has a mistake and it gives me a big gap, and then I can really save fuel. That's kind of what I'm hoping for at the moment. But I think as it is, I'm going to run out right at the end of the lap. So unless he's right behind me here going into the final lap, it's probably going to make sense for me to stay out. I'm shifting that way. We'll see how the fuel burns over these next few laps. I went up to 4th there for some reason. The poor Matra suspension as I clobber all these sandbanks. Whoa, Max. That's a big run wide. All right, let's try to do this a bit cleaner than last lap. Wow, there's no grip left anymore in the car. Shift there earlier. Almost out of water. Mix that up. Right foot broke into that corner for some reason. Starting to get a bit sloppy. Oh, gonna jump the curb. Oh, dang. What am I doing? Here comes Max. It's up the outside. All right, that's my first accident of the race, I guess you could say, other than the Vincent contact on lap 1. Just messed up that whole sequence. Should be okay. Hopefully the car doesn't have too much damage, but we'll see. Whoa, Max. I know it's Castrodale, but we gave Max the nickname a long time ago based on nothing. We didn't do anything bad. We just called him Max Catastrophe, and it's since been dubbed as such. Come on now. Getting so sloppy. Still have quite a ways to go. So hard to get these slow corners with the setup we got in this car. Oh, here he comes. He's able to get through there a lot better than I was. Up the inside. Try to hang it around the outside here. It's going to become the inside. This is a little bit better for his car, I think, through here. But able to hold him off. How good is this? An hour and a half into a 300-kilometer race. Racing neck and neck here. He's going to try to jump me here. Going to give him the inside. It would be a tough one to outbrake somebody for this. This is what it's all about. It's great racing with Max. He's trying really hard. Come on now. Didn't get that apex at all. Try not to make a show of this time. All right, finally got it slowed down properly. He's right there. I think his car is a little bit better through the slow stuff. Not much, a little bit more nimble, but I definitely have him in the straight line. As the Matra was built for Le Mans. He's got a bit of a run on me coming up the hill here. Just make sure I hit my apexes. I missed that one. Bounce off the curbs there. Much less than 26 liters of fuel, 25. We got 3 laps to go. A car coming out of the pits in front. It's Lawrence. Interesting. It's a Dino. We'll see. Did he take new tires? If he did, it's going to be kind of fruitless to keep up with him. I might have a chance to nip it here, though, if he's on cold tires. Got a little bit of a slipstream. Interesting. Some cars taking pit stops then. Just not quite enough to get him before the corners here. Try to stick with him. This is going to make it so much more interesting behind. I got that all wrong. Come on. Yeah, the draft could help too, but I would actually just like to pass him. It's always better to pass if you can. So he's got to then get back around me. Very low in third gear here. Come on, Max. So hard not to get target fixation on the car in front. Just got to continue to drive on lines. Need to get a little bit closer before the fast stuff to get the slipstream. I'm definitely quicker in a straight line. That's Matra's mantra, if you will. Mantra. With the wall there. It's another car up the road. This is okay. That's lap traffic. So we're fighting for 11th position in front. I got Max right behind me. We don't know if we're going to make it on fuel. We got a lapped car coming in front. Sliding it into the corner. It's going to hurt my exit a bit. If I can be this close coming onto the backstretch, I might have a shot. Get around Lawrence. That would be cool. Yeah, we got one of the little GT cars. Get them up the inside here. All right, doesn't hold me up at all. It's very nice of them. I'm sure they're in a race of their own. I don't know if we'll get anybody else. I don't see anybody else on the relative for the next 30 seconds up the road, so. Yeah, I don't think he got tires either, so. We're just gonna run this thing empty. Why not? This is all for fun anyway. See what I can do with it. Got a bit of a run on him. He's gonna fade to the inside, or what will be the inside, but I'm gonna be able to go up the outside. I'll break him. All right, make the pass on Lawrence. Is anybody else gonna pit? See if I can run away from him, or better, Max and him getting a little scuffle together would be perfect. Oh, who is that? Chaz. I can't read it right now, but I really appreciate it. You guys are being very nice today. I just hope it's fun to watch. As fun to watch as it is to drive, because I'm having a great time. All right, this sketchy section. That woke me right up. I was fading a little bit there, but battling with Lawrence got me going again. Flat over the crest, we'll come up to the backstretch. This is the best section of the track for me. So hopefully I nail it and pull out in front of him. I'm going to shift here this time. Wow, that upset the car a little bit. Maybe I'll wait in future laps. Oh, I can see them both going side by side behind. Looks like Max got around Lawrence as well. Try not to mess up this section this time. It wants to swap ends now. Car is so worn out. At this point, we got in the 60s for grip. Oh my God, come on. Luckily avoided, there's a post over there too. Just need to keep my mind going to make sure I don't miss the corner. We're into the downhill right-handers now to get towards the carousel. Third gear, jump over, just lift. Probably could put it in fourth there to save a little bit more fuel. We'll see what it is at the line this time. Hopefully I have like 17 liters. That would be perfect. I don't think I will though. Got 19.9 right now. All right, another descending closing radius. I haven't gotten this one the same at all during this race. All right, a little bit better on the exit there. Keep it in fourth over the crest here. This is really high commit corner. Oh, I didn't do it right. Very shallow on the entry. It's gonna hurt me on the exit. And then come through. This is my worst section of the course, I think. Just that S. I think they're keeping it in fourth gear there, and it would probably be better. Keep it down to third then under the Michelin bridge. Yeah, it's like 8.3 liters a lap. So if I have 17, that would be perfect. Just keeping it careful. This is one of those places the car can swap ends as the tires wear. It's where my car is much slower than theirs, the Dino and the Alpha both. It's a long corner, that one, flat out, with a little bit of a gap. Oh, Lawrence got back around Max. Max shot it up the inside last lap here. Shift a little bit later down to first there just to save the revs. If I can get this right for once. That was better. Not great though. I got a little bit of a tank slapper coming over the brow. Nip it onto the dirt. We're all right. It's going to lose me some time, though. I just didn't get it all the way down to the inside there. I'm exhausted. This one's going to be really tough to do these last couple of laps. Lawrence might find some pace too now that he's out of the pits and kind of getting back going. He was quite far in front of me, so I expect he'll be a bit quicker. Ooh, really close to the inside there. Don't have the grip. The car just slides and slides. That was good. That was really bad, slow section. It was right on me now. 17 liters here. Yeah, I think from here I need, when I pass the line, if I had 16.6 or so, we should be good. I think we're going to be good. It's going to be really close. I don't believe the cars will sputter at all. So it's truly when we hit zeros, when we run out. I think I'm going to be good on fuel. All right, 11th position, 2 laps to go. Nobody pit. Tom is still quite far up the road, so I'm dealing with what's behind me right now. We'll just have to get lucky for anything in front. We do crazy things. First sector is such a rhythm section. Oh, I just don't have lateral grip at all anymore. I could go a little faster there. It's a blind corner, so it's tough to judge how much you can really give it. Tenths up on my best. Been doing really good laps for myself this whole race. I'm pretty happy with it. Just need to close it out. It's not going to be without pressure. Shadows are peeling away from that section of the course. Should be able to pull away a little bit here once we get around this left-hander here. Ooh, a bit early on it. That's the left and the right. I'm trying. I've got everything in this right now. I'm not holding back in the slightest. Lawrence is right on me. Doesn't have the grip to hold it. 4/10 through there though, dang. air in the car behind. Yeah, this is where I pull away a bit from him. It must be really frustrating, but I'm worried if he's going to be this close to me at the end of the lap. Just not quick through there anymore without the grip. Keep it in third down the hill here. He's in every inch of the track and then some over the top of the hill. Come on. All right, nice exit there. Do I have any water left? A little bit. Gained a lot of time there. Right up to the curb. Come on. These two behind are really close, and all I need is for them to battle a little bit. Give me that gap I need. But as it is, they're kind of following, holding station, maybe working together. Pulled in Tom just a little bit here, but not enough. Could just be how it ebbs and flows a bit. Dance it out. Oh, that inside ditch there. Got another slow car coming up. Lawrence is right here. This is a bad section for me. It's really slow up here. Very early for that. As long as I don't miss an apex, it's going to be really hard for him to sneak by. Oh, a little fast there. I'm worried he's going to try to do it where Max tried. Ugh. Come on. Oh, it's Max again. Sorry, I didn't even notice it was him. Oh, Max. Through the light post. I guess that one's not solid. Right, we got this 904. Helped me up just slightly, but nothing we could have done about it. Try to get this corner right this time. These two behind me, this is a great little race in our pack here. It's a little bit better that time. All right, saying I've got low fuel. Ugh. Got one more lap to do after this. Just gotta get through the end of the lap here and then start that final lap. Hope the fuel is above 8.3 liters. I went way too fast there. No. I'm so upset about that. I went down to 4th instead of 3rd. All right. Oh my God, what a silly mistake. I avoided anything hard there. Might have hit a tree stump, but God. It's a 3rd gear corner, and I did it in 4th. I should know better. See if I can claw back at all. They're still battling, 5 seconds in front. That's all it took, though. Just one little mistake. Yeah, we're gonna have the fuel. Got a whole lap to go. See what I can do. Final lap. Oh, there's plenty of stuff right there that is solid. They're side by side in front. It's a good battle. Keep doing it. Tried to carry the speed through there a little bit more, 2/10. It's good. Still learning, even on my last lap. Side by side coming down here. It's a really good fight. Doing it. Tell them we want to see more passing. We don't need the tires anymore after this lap, so I'm going to use them all. Pulled them in quite a lot there. They're battling a lot, so it's just going to help me. Come on. Need to be within range on this backstretch coming up. If I can. Oh, bad understeer. Just gonna be a little too far back to get it. Pulling him in though. All right, I'm just trying. I'm pushing so hard to try to get to him, taking all of the track. I didn't know if there were any collidable objects there. I really took a huge risk. Too. I mean, I might be able to pull him in here, but actually getting around him, as I'm really, really fast there, just hold it on the track. Lose a little bit of time. Yank it around. Come on. I don't just want to watch them. It in fourth finally. Might as well, last lap. Oh, Max is a bit deep, so am I. Lawrence is looking for it. So come up to the braking zone here. It's nice and tidy. Can't push as hard through this. I locked it up. Come on. That was a bit of a mess. 2.2 liters of fuel left. I'm going to use a lot of fuel in this last lap. But trying. This might be the last opportunity I would have had. Either this or the front stretch itself. I need the best run of my life down the hill here. This is the one I messed up last lap, down to third, which is what you need for it. It's very tight. This one's also tight, but you can give it a little on exit once you get it. Lawrence is going to go up the inside, headed down to the tight left-hander. Down to second gear. Oh, Lawrence! Just going to look back for it. Bounce off each other a little bit. Final carousel. Just a couple corners to go here. Gonna be really, really on the ragged edge of the fuel. Final chicane. Trying to get a good exit. It's not gonna be enough. I gave it everything I had on that last lap. And we're gonna run out of fuel. So come to the line. Finishing 13th at Fonteny. I'm so upset I made that mistake with a couple laps to go. Or a couple corners to go, whatever it was, on the second to last lap. I'm exhausted. 17th to 13th. I gave it everything, though. And I don't know what else I could have done there. 9:28. It was really fun, though. I had so much fun doing that race, despite everything. Oh my gosh. I hope it was fun to watch. I gave it everything I could to try to catch him at the end there, and I just was a little too short. Gosh, let's go to the pits. Let's see who won. That was a lot of fun, but it's just, I know I could have gotten an 11th place finish there. But Florian Masse wins the race. Some folks are leaving already, so I can't tell who won or finished second or third. Togo Hisada, it might have been Wilmer and Kasperi up there, but AJ Irons finishes in 5th. Oh no, William was in 6th. Valentin finished 7th. Johan in the Matra finished 8th ahead of Gustavo. Lawrence and Max that were directly in front of me. Gio Spinozzi finished directly behind me. Or a couple positions back. Let's see if we can watch. Let's see if we can watch the start there, replay-wise. Just to see, I want to see that incident with Vincent there at the start. I really appreciate. I got a couple donations during the race that I couldn't see, but let me see if I can scroll back to them. But Tommy said, "Great to catch the race. So fun watching you slide these cars around. Thanks for all the excellent races." I appreciate it. I wish I was doing more stuff right now, but it's just not able to do quite as much as I would like. But I'm happy you enjoy it, Tommy, and thank you so much for that. And then Chaz, love what you do. Keep up the consistent, polished, high-quality content. It's been great to have this one while painting miniatures. Nice. I'm glad I could provide some entertainment on a Saturday. We'll see here. I'm going to watch a little bit. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm so tired and I don't know what I need to do. Just go stare at a wall or something. But we'll watch the start of the race. I'm really curious to see the incident with the incident I had. I guess that was a couple laps into it. Yeah, this was just the very start of things. So long ago. It feels like forever ago now. Yeah, there was an X1 in this race. All right, but let me fast forward a little bit to when it happened. I know it'd be fun to watch the whole replay, but I need to get out of here soon. So I was able to get around. Oh, it was on the first lap down the straight, so we're coming up to it. Pitching the car in. It's going to be a lot of good screenshots available from this one. All right, so this is why we're going to look at a couple different angles because we had already made contact there. Let's go back. I'll watch a few angles of it. I want to see. I mean, I didn't feel like I did anything wrong. I went for the pass, but I was ahead coming into the corner. I feel like he turned into me. jazzy music to it. Yeah, I mean, I can't really make my car disappear, so I'm not sure. It's a little tough. Sim racing, the hardest thing is the side-by-side, because you really just don't have peripheral vision like you do in real life, but I have to say he turned into me there. But sorry if it ruined his race a bit, but I saw him catching back up to me for a minute there, so I think it was all right. And I would like to watch the last lap. Could actually watch from... We'll watch the little battle that was going on in front between Max and Lawrence, and then you'll see me coming into the background. All right, here they come to start the final lap. I had already made my mistake. I don't need to watch it. I know exactly what I did. I just took a third gear corner in fourth. But two little Dino Ferraris here in front. This is a really fun car to drive if you're looking for one in this set. I don't think I would suggest necessarily the car I was driving today, unless you're at some place that just doesn't have a lot of corners and it's just straights. It's a real rough one in the corners, the Matra. But this is the Ferrari Dino and 206, and it's one of the best handling cars in the set for sure. Look at these two, though. There you go. That's me. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to be right there at the end of the lap. I put in the best lap I've ever done around here to try to get back up to them, but... just a little disappointed. I almost did the whole race without a mistake, really. A couple run wides and stuff, but that was very close. Yeah, the Matra around Le Mans, Nate and I did that a few years ago. It was a lot of fun. Look at that, beautiful. What a wonderful track. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good sounding cars in this set, both the Matra as well as the Nissan R380. The XJ13 sounds pretty good. Because it's an online race, the cars don't move exactly like they would, you know, for each of these drivers, but you get a pretty good impression of what it looks like for them. Wow, here goes Max trying up the inside. Beautiful stuff. This is where I caught them a ton because they were just really holding each other up. Would have been interesting to see had I stayed in front of them. A, would they have gotten around me? And B, when I ran out of fuel at the very end. Look at the air over the jump there. Just see me do it there in the background. But yeah, B, when I ran out of fuel, would they have passed me at the very end? Or would I not have run out in the fuel? Yeah, the sky flickers once in a while. Just Assetto Corsa things. This was where it really pulled him in. You can't say I wasn't trying. makes me smile. Every time you see me go by, it's just a cloud of dust behind me. We did take a look at the real roads. They're about half the size narrow-wise, and so it would be wow, Max was really wide there. It would be a different vibe than this. This is a little bit fictional in that the roads were widened quite a lot for this. I'll see if I can find who the best lap was. I don't know. It's a tiny bit of truck driver in me, do I? Yeah, I don't know if I can find the race results right now to know who had the fastest lap, but I mean, it was a very simple mistake to make. Just shifted down one, less gear than I needed into a right-hander that looked like 5 other right-handers that are on this track, and there it is. But I'm still pretty happy with how I did in the race. I know. Every time the Matra goes by, it makes me happy. Well, if you want to enjoy the sounds of this mod, I made a video some months ago when Nate, Jimmy, and I did the 12-hour Le Mans. And it's basically this the whole time. A little bit of talking here and there from our comms, but it's just the sound of engines for 25 minutes. So. Yeah, I never had the pace to contend with the front runners at all. A little ragged there. Matra's French. Yeah, this isn't even the best sounding of the Matras. Wow, these two. Lawrence gets him here at the end. That's a Matra BRM. All right, come through the final few corners here. I put in as strong an effort I could to catch them. I'm not sure Lawrence would have taken new tires, no. And a silent coast across the line. Man, what a race today. What a race today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm exhausted after that. But it was so much fun. Even with the mistake in there, I mean, I'll have to work on it, I guess, but I would love to do another race at this track in the future. Now that I really know it, could have even more fun with it. But I appreciate you tuning in. There was a lot of folks in here today. A lot of new folks that I don't think I've seen before. And I hope if this was your first time tuning in that it was fun to watch. I don't know what I'll be back for next, but it will be something. And yeah, until then, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and everything. And I'll see you all again next time. So thank you. Have a good one.